Thank you for doing this interview for the personal branding series, which I run on my blog, Intrascope. I've been reading a lot about you. I've seen your LinkedIn profile. It's fantastic to know that you're a motivational speaker. You've done a lot of stuff, and you also known as the Asian Opera. So I'm curious to know a lot more about that. So before we get into the questions, if you could kindly introduce yourself to the audience.
Anisa, thank you very much for having me. And uh, I have a very diverse sort of profile. And just to introduce myself in a small way, I am a lawyer turned, if I say people building expert, and motivational speaking is part of that.
Yeah.
My core work is people building and growth, teaching around growth.
Mhm.
So, moving from being a lawyer to be a motivational speaker to a people building expert to be a leadership educator, that's been the journey so far. And the whole idea is around being able to use people interventions for some kind of social change, building people and to bring about social change around it.
Mm.
Um, my brand, I would say it's because this is a personal brand business.
Right.
So if you saw my LinkedIn profile, a lot of things revolve around me because I am also the product when I
Right.
speak.
Right.
So it's not just what I talk that is a product. I personally will become a product along with what I talk of.
Right.
So that is also a brand.
Right.
So I'll be 20% in whatever I do, or you'll see my face there. That's also part of the personal branding
Right.
because in this particular business you need to be seen and to
Yeah.
be seen in a way that people can associate with you.
All right.
So I've been moving around all the leadership space and women's
Right.
leadership and everything to do with people building.
Okay, brilliant, brilliant. That's exactly what that's the reason why I wanted you so badly to be on this interview. So let me begin by asking you the first fundamental question. I'll
Yes.
make it while we go along. What's your definition of personal branding? How do you define it?
See, it's how people or your clients or your stakeholders associate with you. It's very simple. What
Okay.
is the kind of value you're creating and what kind of association you're able to create in the minds of people to
Mm.
be able to find a space in that mind space, their mind space. So it's a crowded
Mm.
mind space. How do they
Mm.
relate to you? How do they associate with you? What kind of thing are you doing which is called your value differential? So you can stand out amongst the
Mm.
crowd
Mm.
or amongst your own set of people because a lot of people are doing the same thing but they stand out for various reasons, different reasons. So
Mm.
what kind of association you're creating in people's minds in terms of the product that you're selling, in terms of the value that you're creating, I think that is personal brand.
Okay, great, brilliant. So what I hear is, how do you kind of get that mind share? How do you differentiate yourself? So that's what I heard from you. Okay, so obviously you are a personal brand. I noticed that you have a TV channel. You've been featured in multiple, forums. So how do you? What are those signs which tell you that you're a personal brand?
See, it's happened over a period, Ani. So because when you start out, you don't really, it's not something that you start out with, and
Mm.
the brand keeps building. So you
Mm.
start out with an initial version of how you would like to project yourself
Mm.
in the field that you are in. What are your core strengths or what are your core value drivers?
Mm.
You want to put that out into the open, and
Mm.
as you grow, I think things keep adding to your brand.
Mm.
So I am because what I hear from everybody else, and they keep giving me feedback to help me create my brand. So I
Mm.
cannot say things for myself as much as my audience tells me, or as much as my clients tell me.
Mm.
So as a speaker, I'm known as a very firebrand,
Mm.
um, you know, very very gutsy firebrand speaker who keeps it very
Mm.
real.
Mm.
It's very real, it's very lifelike, it's
Mm.
very on the spot, and I'm
Mm.
very spontaneous. So people can connect with that in terms of the real person that comes before them.
Okay.
So that is part of my speaking
Mm.
version of the brand.
Mm.
But when it comes to the kind of education that you're putting out there, I have been able to, thanks to the first part,
Mm.
associate with other
Mm.
brands to
Mm.
enhance my own brand. So,
Mm.
like you say, you were on there's a TV web series there on
Mm.
leadership. There is also a lot of multiple appearances in different places.
Mm.
I get called in as an expert. So over the years, you keep adding to that profile
Mm.
and your
Mm.
repertoire of activities, which add to
Mm.
your brand. So in the end, you're like the expert in the field
Mm.
who can act add add sort of more value than everybody else, or
Mm,
maybe more value in a particular field.
mm.
So that's where it stands, and that's
Got it.
how I look at myself.
Fantastic, fantastic. And if I were to, ask you to reflect on your journey, so what does one do to go about building a brand? So what are those practical steps? So like you said, some of this was a bit organic in the process, but
Yeah.
were there some specific steps you can call out?
Yes, like really like to put this across when you're talking about personal brand, especially in a field like mine, especially
Right.
if the person is coming in front. People
Yeah.
eventually, now companies are teaching their leaders how
Mm,
to put the company out as a brand or themselves as a brand so that the people can associate with real people, because we have access to now cameras and we have access to visual
mm,
talking, so that branding has changed. Like it used to be happening earlier was very different, but one of the things that I really feel is
mm,
very important is to
mm,
be able to keep it as authentic as possible.
mm, mm,
The authenticity of what as the core of who you are, what you do,
mm,
what you're trying to say,
mm,
how you want to relate to people, how you want people to relate to you. You got to
mm,
put some time onto it, because this
mm,
is going to be a projection that is going to stay with you for a very long time. This is
mm.
a long term strategy. It's not
Right.
today, it's not tomorrow, it's going to stay with you forever.
Got it.
And it's important for people to sit down with themselves and
Mm,
really think hard.
mm,
What is it that they're going to project, and how do they want to be seen in the next 10 years?
mm,
And 10 years is, I think, because I thought of it in for 10 years, that
mm,
if I were to be there as a motivational speaker, if I were to be there as a woman motivational speaker,
mm,
if I
mm,
were to speak globally, if I were to
mm,
speak amongst Asians, if I were to
mm,
speak in the West, if I were to
mm,
be seen in India,
mm,
what about us is
mm,
something that can be used,
mm,
utilized, leveraged
mm.
in ways that it adds to an identity, an
Got it.
identity which is something that people can catch on to, because
Mm,
that becomes your personal brand. So if you pick
mm,
up anybody, pick up anybody, you'll see Ratan Tata. You can see him as a very simplified,
mm,
simplistic
mm,
human being, very humble.
mm,
You see the Narayan Murthy's. Now
mm,
you see our PM.
mm,
They are now already creating this version in the
mm,
minds of people as to who they are, what
mm,
they stand for, what
mm.
are they saying, what are they trying to convey. So those are the things that people must
Got it.
look into, and especially for your personal traits. What
Mm,
is your strength? What can you
mm,
what can you do better than others?
mm,
Bring that onto the table, because then you will
mm,
stand out instantly.
mm,
So
mm,
for me, like I was a lawyer, so speaking
mm,
wasn't such a difficult part, but
mm,
making sense with that speaking was the part that I had to work really hard on. So it's like
mm,
goes down to a good 2000 books, and
mm,
almost like I would say six
mm,
to 7,000 hours of actual
mm,
talking, to
mm,
be able to sort of bring it on as soon as
mm,
something comes up. So
mm,
and being the expert on your subject and master what
mm,
you're saying. So
mm,
all those things have obviously happened over a period, not in one
mm,
go, but we can
mm.
think of these things and put it together.
Got it.
When we think of the brand 10 years from now,
Mm,
what is it going to look like?
Interesting, very interesting. Because what you're saying is, A, you need to plan ahead. B, you need to structure it. You need to have that vision in mind, right? So that's what you're saying.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
so, if I were to ask you, what are some of those? I mean, I think you, alluded to it. You mentioned that you're known as a firebrand speaker. You are,
Yeah,
known as someone who speaks a mind. Now,
yeah,
so what are some of those attributes of a personal brand, and
yeah.
what are some of those words, keywords people associate with your brand?
Keywords. The first word that comes to people's minds is guts and courage. Number
Okay,
one. You mentioned one, speaking my mind,
right.
because of the kind of things that we are talking about,
Mm,
and the kinds of things we address in terms
mm,
of leadership, lives, building people, growth. I don't think there's a space for being inauthentic.
mm,
You have to be very relatable. So truth is very important when it comes to when people relate to me. They know she's going to hit on the
mm,
nail,
mm.
straightforward. As I'm so straightforward, sometimes I feel I should be less straightforward. So if I can see if I can mellow myself down a little bit, but I do not allow myself to be inauthentic in any way. I
Mm,
take the consequence of being straightforward rather than speaking something which does not match with what I have projected in the beginning of who I am as a person. So as a speaker, I think these are the two things. The other thing is agility, that a lot of people associate me with, like sometimes I look like a hyperactive child. If I'm on the platform, it looks like I'm all over the place, but
Mm,
that works as a motivational speaker.
mm,
It works because that's exactly what people would watch you for or listen to you for, because a lot of people are very, very stiff in their bodies are still not comfortable in
mm,
doing those kind of things. The next word is energy.
mm,
I think that's a gift that I have. It's something
mm,
that I think I have acquired from God.
mm,
God has gifted it to me, so I play with it. I mean,
mm,
my energy levels are usually quite high, and when
mm,
I'm speaking, they are very, very high. So
mm.
it's that's what people associate me with. So
Okay.
if I would walk into a room, so I'd be
Mm,
probably the most jumpy person,
mm, mm,
just as a natural. So that works on stage very well. When
mm,
I'm in the midst of people, then I have to sort of contain that energy a little bit, so I don't look like a naughty
mm.
child, I'm like a happy child.
Okay, that's brilliant. And you did mention some names like Ratan Tata and
Yes.
Narayan Modi and Prime Minister Modi, but according to you, based on your observation, it doesn't have to be celebrities, but are there people, couple of names who can call out, and what are some of those characteristics of those personal brands that you have seen?
Okay, let me no, why I've named these names, because people know these names.
Yeah, yeah.
I have even learned from people who have worked with me, my juniors,
Mm,
my associates, my friends.
mm,
And I remember a couple of people. I used to have a senior,
mm.
a lawyer senior, and
Okay.
he used to be, and when we were new lawyers, we used
Mm,
to be like very serious
mm,
youngsters who used to feel life is going to be some kind of heavyweight activity. And I used to see this senior laughing all the time. And he was a joyous guy,
mm, mm,
joyous in the sense that he could draw the crowds like this, because he was
mm,
always in his fun element.
mm,
Fun as in like serious humor. And he would keep motivating people. He would keep telling them to, oh, come on, get up, a little bit larger than life. And I
mm,
used to watch him and I used to think, why is he so happy?
mm,
He should be working hard. He is teaching us to be, serious lawyers, and look at him. So I used to think this in my mind. And then
mm,
I realized that, I was probably 30 years behind
mm,
gentleman's experience. And I did not understand that, you arrive at a point where your
mm,
job becomes something to not just be who you are, or the job that you do. You
mm,
become that person who is leading
mm,
the show. So
mm,
from that person, I realize,
mm,
these traits, these small traits, that yes, if you're a light-hearted person, if you can humor people,
mm, mm.
that draws the crowd. I picked that up.
Got it.
That helped me in my motivational speak. My younger sister,
Mm,
who's always like this, she is the joker of the house.
mm,
And despite the fact I was the serious senior in my house, she
mm,
was the one who would be, always like, after a point, let's call her. So I used to think, what's everybody's problem? And I said, oh, okay. She brings fun to the table. She brings joy. She brings
okay.
laughter. So then I picked up those things. I said, hey, laughter is an important part.
Mm,
Joy is an important part. Then
mm,
I have I've seen speakers
mm,
world over. I've spoken with some
mm,
big ones.
mm,
And those people have literally, brainwashed me
mm,
into seeing the authenticity of who that person is. Each person was different. And
mm.
they take it very seriously, because if you see in the West, people are not as shy as we are.
Yeah.
And they are very open in saying what they
Mm,
want to say. They are very, and they get into detail. They get in depth
mm,
into something. They
mm,
can elaborate on things on
mm,
that. They think on the feet. That's the way they live,
mm,
and that
mm,
comes into the way they speak. So I
mm,
picked those little nuances from everybody, everywhere I went.
mm,
Something was good about somebody, something was good about somebody else, and I
mm,
just kept collecting those nuggets to say, what can I add to myself, and
mm,
in the way I put myself out there.
Got
So
it.
I learned some very exciting things from everybody. So joy and laughter was one, keeping
Mm,
it real was one.
mm,
I had to learn a voice, and I had to learn a lot of other things,
mm,
just to make it as powerful as possible.
mm, mm,
So all those things I've learned from
mm,
various people, and I think everybody should do that.
mm,
It's a good thing because it makes you helps you grow. It helps you
mm.
grow as a person as well.
Interesting. So, I mean, I noticed that you, apart from being a lawyer, you also did a certification in movie making and a theater. And
Yeah,
yes,
actually I'm
so
a theater actor. I used to be a theater actor. I've done a
okay,
lot of theater.
okay,
I have this creative uh, 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 length of say about 9 to 10 years of creative activity after school to college, etc., and after post
okay,
graduation.
okay,
Uh, and I was a theater actor.
okay.
I have always wanted to keep that side alive because it just gets me because I work around a lot of creative ideas. I write.
Mm,
I'm also a poet. So
mm,
it's a published poet. So it helps me to get that side. And I have learned that I've got to work both sides of my brain, the left and the right. So when
mm,
we're working with the left brain, we are kind of smart people. But when we're working with the right, we can be a little all over the place because of the creative functioning of the brain and
mm,
how to put those two together to have complete functioning of the brain. So I work on that creative side. Uh,
mm.
Worked as a theater actor for a long time. I'm a Bharatnatyam dancer.
Wow, okay.
I also sing, and I
Mm,
use that in my seminars. And I write poetry, so that two of my poems have gone into films and TV series as well.
wow.
Apart from that, the certification that you're talking about, that
Mm,
was a certification I took because I wanted to see how I could because
mm,
in the vision that I was working around people building, it
mm,
was education and using all mediums for education.
mm,
Now, at that point of time, I was any ordinary person who had never faced a camera. So
mm.
this certification was primarily for the reason because I was going into photo studios and sitting like a statue. I could neither smile, nor could I see, nor could I look here and there. And the photograph, I would say, jaldi kariye. No, you finish off fast. And tatari shesh karo. So
Yeah.
I was like that. And I was like this stiff, very, very stiff person. I'm like an ordinary looking person. So I don't think, I never had that confidence that if I ever faced the camera, I would be able to do it. So I needed a space where there were cameras
Mm,
and I needed a reason to be
mm,
in front of that camera. That's why I went and did that course in
mm,
acting and presentation to
mm,
check myself out. And
mm,
there's a funny story with it because
mm,
when I
mm,
went there, the director of the institute told me, why you here?
mm,
Because I wasn't this 19, 16, 18, 20-year-old wanting to be an actor. So I
mm,
told him, sir, I need to check myself out for this
mm,
reasons. He thought I'm there to be an actor. So I said,
mm,
no, it's not that. It's a
mm,
different reason altogether.
mm,
So, and I was already 34. So I'm like a senior in a classroom of 19,
mm,
20, 25-year-olds.
mm, mm,
So he almost sort of tried to convince me and write me
mm,
off and told
mm,
me, listen, don't you think you'll be better off behind the camera? So
mm,
I told him, I said, sir, the reason for me
mm,
wanting to check myself out in front of the camera, please
mm,
hear
mm,
me, hear what
mm,
I'm saying. I want to check myself in front of the camera. It's
mm,
not about being in camera or behind the camera, you
mm,
know.
mm,
Because of the vision on education, I may have to get before people. I
mm,
will have to be recording these things. I will have to be, I'll be probably photoed, so
mm,
I have to be comfortable. And I spent 3 months, a good, absolutely immersed exercise over there. Fantastic course, actually, very good
mm,
course. And
mm.
I stood first in the class. So
Wow.
my sir said, yeah, okay, now you have come out top. So I said, yeah, sir, that was the thing. And since then, actually, it's uh, changed my confidence before the camera. Speaking never was an issue, but
Mm,
it really helps you to get before people. It really helps you to be able to hold yourself together
mm,
if you have a serious camera before you.
Mm.
Otherwise people rattle when it comes before camera or whatever. Now, of course, it's become easier because in the last 5 6 years
Yeah.
it's become very common to be
Mm.
sitting in front of a camera. Everybody, but there are lots of techniques to it. So I
Mm.
learned those techniques, and
Mm.
I came first in that group.
Fantastic.
And yeah, so it was a good experience, very good experience.
Cool. And if you were to, think about your life in terms of what are some of the challenges you faced while building the brand? I mean,
Uh, Challenges. The first challenge, because first the industry that I'm in was totally male dominated.
mm, mm,
So my first challenge was that if I came in as a woman,
mm,
and I was actually very excited about it because I was more about the value that we were creating.
mm,
I
mm,
did not even think that being a woman would be a problem.
mm,
I did not know this,
mm,
and I was just faced with it when it came
mm,
there.
mm,
And that was the first challenge. So when and I have been I've not done all this in India. My
mm.
legal education and practice was in India, but this whole speaking and motivation has been in eastern part of the world, in
Okay.
the western
Mm,
space. So there, if you are a woman and you put
mm,
yourself out there, it's
mm,
all right.
mm,
But
mm,
if you are doing this in India,
mm,
it is not all right.
mm,
And even putting your picture on your website became
mm,
like an issue.
mm,
But because this is a personal brand business, you can't
mm,
do without a picture. So
mm,
I have to sort of go over
mm,
and over again to
mm.
see that instead of a big picture, I'll put a okay, let me put a small picture on the side. This is who this person is. And it was an initiation. It's just sort of,
Mm,
when I came in here, I wasn't sure,
mm,
but it initiated an industry in 2008 2009, the personal development version, which is
mm,
existing in the West. It didn't
mm.
exist like that in India at that point of time.
Correct. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a lot of people, I reached out to a lot of business people, a lot of things to do, and
Mm,
people sort of loved the idea. And you know
mm.
what they did? They pushed my photo out and put theirs in. So that was the first challenge. So I
Okay.
said, okay, this is now I'm learning about the business of being in the business. So then I had to sort of figure ways to not share everything in
Mm,
terms of what we were doing, but then,
mm,
phase it out,
mm,
to learn to identify people. Most men said,
mm,
who's going to learn from a
mm,
woman?
mm,
Then they said, oh, okay, okay, she's doing it.
mm,
Oh, we can do this too. So
mm,
I said, yeah, sure. I mean,
mm,
anybody can. But
mm,
the sad part is they did a very bad job of it. Because
mm.
somebody who's worked on it for so long will probably be
Correct.
better, even if she's a woman. And if it was a
Correct.
man, it would have been the same thing. For
Mm,
me, that distinction wasn't there. But
mm,
I faced that challenge because that distinction was
mm,
brought upon me in my
mm,
face. Uh,
mm,
आपसे क्या सीखना है, इतना तो हम सबको आता ही है. So
mm.
I said, chaliye. And then everybody copied it. Then
Got
everybody
it.
did it. So I said, okay. So we learned, I think, things around business more than the challenge was more around the business style of doing things.
Mm, mm,
By being About being a speaker was never a problem. And if you're amongst the best, you're amongst the best. If you're
mm,
doing a good job of it, you're doing a good job of it. You're impacting 200,
mm,
300, 500 people in the room. You've already done your job. So it doesn't
mm.
need a lot of people to say it. Your job happens on the spot. So
Correct.
I had to sort of balance the whole thing. And
Mm,
I fell many times. But I made sure that whenever I'm out there to do what I have promised to do, I
mm,
do a good job of that.
mm,
Business thing is a different ball game altogether. So let's
mm,
not mix the two of them together. We'll do it as and when it comes. But when
mm,
I get out there to speak as a
mm,
motivational speaker, as a coach, as
mm,
whatever I'm talking about, I should do a fantastic job of it. So I prepare.
mm,
I sit down with things. I think
mm,
about them. I bring out some of the best content.
mm,
And yeah, I've so
mm,
far so good. It's been good so far.
mm.
Good run.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you answered my next question. Basically, what were some of those techniques you used to overcome these challenges? And you mentioned, how you balanced it, how you kind of prepared for it, which is very important.
Yes.
And
Yes.
how do you kind of, and the fact that you brought out the best content, I think that is the game changer really in this business.
I believe it's all about, see, everything is in front of everybody.
Right.
Now, if you're talking about this, you need to make it, and then you have to learn the tricks of the business. You got to make it interesting. You got to make it relatable. You got to make it easy. You got to make it understandable. You got to let people go back with something that they come back again, or go back with something that say, all right, we had a good 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, or a full day, and that's what is important. You're helping them grow, so they should grow, and that's
Correct.
what you need in the end. People have to
Yeah.
stop seeing your face.
Yeah.
They have to, after an hour, they should begin to grow, and that's
Mm.
the important part of this entire exercise.
Got it. Absolutely. So if I were to ask you, what were some of the essentials that you gained and some of the things that you lost in this journey? Of course, like for example, there's a lot of time and investment which you put in, and therefore you
Yes.
lose some side of it. So what are some of the things that you gained and what you lost?
uh, um, Gain, I think, compare, I won't compare the two because the gain was obviously more.
Mm.
But having said that, I
Mm.
have, gain is what you're talking about. That's why you were
Correct.
talking to me. So there's, we gain a lot of things on the way, and
True.
you start doing something, and then you start to, it starts, the brand starts leveraging itself.
Correct.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't go out and leverage myself as much as the whole
Mm.
thing leverages itself. That is one of the biggest gains. You Once you begin to work on it, the whole organic process takes over. So if
Mm.
you're aware and if you're in the game, you will be
Mm.
able to identify opportunities, create opportunities, and keep adding value. So for
Mm.
me, adding more and more value is my whole commitment to anything that I
Mm.
do. More value. This time this much, next time that much. So I keep
Mm.
adding. So
Mm.
I'm a growth freak. So
Mm.
if I don't add something to things,
Mm.
I feel like I've lost an opportunity. Each time
Mm.
you start off something, you must be able to add something.
Sure.
What did I lose? That's an
Mm.
interesting question. I think everybody should even think of that,
Mm.
because a lot of time when we go towards towards doing anything for that matter,
Mm.
there is always this give and take. There's always
Mm.
something that we need to sacrifice on the way, and
Mm.
people look at the good side, they don't look at the
Mm.
sacrifices. And
Mm.
I don't like the word sacrifice. It's not a
Mm.
word that I use very often.
Mm.
But when you look back, you realize how much you have given up to go
Mm.
where you wanted to go. And the reason why, and I think the first thing that I've lost is,
Mm.
uh, people who were with me when I was there
Mm.
are not there anymore.
Okay.
All those people you were friends with, and
Mm.
you grew just because you were doing something,
Mm.
and it suddenly you realize, uh,
Mm.
you without realizing, you sort of move forward, and
Mm.
leaving some people behind. That was one of my biggest pain
Mm.
points at one point.
Mm. Mm.
Two, I think you really have to be very focused, and
Mm.
because of that focus, you need to give up on things that are not aligning with what you're doing. So
Mm.
I had to give up on a lot of my social life. I
Mm.
have had to spend. I spend a lot of time doing. In fact, most of my time goes doing this. So
Mm.
I've had to sort of bring myself and make myself very concentrated in
Mm.
doing the things that are only relevant for me. That has
Mm.
made me look very arrogant to a lot of people, because
Mm.
I give up on a lot of stuff, and I say, okay,
Mm.
this is not aligning with what's going on.
Mm. Mm.
Maybe I can do this a little bit later, maybe at some other time, but not now.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I have got a lot of personal angst against me, people
Mm.
thinking that you are trying to act something. So I think one has to keep that in mind. You don't
Mm.
like to hear those things because it's not that, but at
Mm.
some point you actually look like that.
Mm.
So you have to be able to handle all those things when you grow.
Yeah.
Then I think, what you do sacrifice on the way is a lot of your own thought process, because your
Mm.
belief systems change.
Mm.
And a lot of struggle happen with people because they start off with one belief system. It's going to be
Mm.
falling apart as soon
Mm.
as you get to the next level.
Mm.
So if you're able to catch on to that, the
Mm.
journey is going to be much easier. But if your belief systems remain and you keep resisting it,
Mm. Got it.
you keep resisting it, and on the way something will need to be given up. My
Right.
social life is zero. I have literally have no. I don't have time now because you're writing books, you're writing blogs,
mm, mm,
you're doing series, you're doing all kinds of stuff. You have kids, you have
mm,
family, you have
mm,
other business that you're doing. You're working with your other fellow people. So
mm,
life sort of becomes, it all becomes one. So
mm.
you have to keep giving up stuff that is not part of it, and
Got it.
that becomes a bit painful over a period. But yeah, you learn on the way.
Okay, that's great, and like the how honest and candid you are about it, and that's really nice to hear. So, if if you were to advise someone who's starting out from scratch, or it could be a
Yeah,
college student, it could be someone who's in high school right now,
yeah.
what is the first step he or she must take to build a personal brand?
Okay, like for the younger lot, I think today it has become very important. And if you go around reading the business books and the
Mm,
business advice that is coming, even people coming out of school are putting up their LinkedIn profile. They're advised in their
mm,
schools and colleges, put your LinkedIn profile in such a way that you look like a brand.
mm,
So my son, who's
mm,
in college, and I was reading. I mean, he was talking to me, and he told me we are told to do this on our LinkedIn profile, do put our hobbies there, and show what you do other than this and that, because people quickly go to your LinkedIn profile and see what you're doing, and that's a pretty interesting
mm,
development when it comes to college going students,
mm,
that you are now thinking of 10 years from now already.
mm,
What would you like to look like
mm,
when you're in the job? Now
mm,
that's thinking forward, and it's a very interesting development when it comes to that. So people are learning to create personal brands on an auto.
mm,
But if you go to places like Facebook, personal brand is to put your picture up there and look nice, or tell people about your
mm,
what you ate for breakfast. So
mm,
that is the kind of brand that you'll see on forums like Facebook,
mm,
some very good content there and some very
mm,
interesting stuff. But when
mm,
you look at it from the professional perspective, or a
mm,
perspective in terms of you really need to build a brand, then
mm,
what is it that you should be doing? I think the first things first that I said, I started with that.
mm,
What do you want to see yourself
mm,
in 10 years from now?
mm,
You may not be that today.
mm,
Okay, maybe you like, if I were wanting to be an international speaker at some point, I
mm,
wasn't at that point.
mm,
So I started out saying that I want to be an international speaker, and then we work backwards from there. What would it take
mm,
me to do that, and what are those 5 to 7 things that I would want to when
mm,
I go out as an international speaker.
mm,
uh, uh, what kind of what would I like to project myself as? So we
mm,
can we can use our creative side, our imagination, our person, our
mm,
personal traits, and
mm,
what is the best thing about us that we want to put forward there? What is the message that we are putting out? Who am I?
mm,
Because that real person is going to go out, so we can't contradict that person.
mm,
Who am I?
mm,
Defining that, and then connecting it with and associating it with things that add to
mm,
your brand. So I
mm,
have used a lot of associations,
mm,
because sometimes it's, oh, you're a mother of
mm,
two. How do you manage to do it? Oh, I say it's very simple.
mm.
My kids have been raised to be totally independent. They don't bother me only. So I don't bother them. They don't bother me. And sometimes it's mother, sometimes it's woman,
Mm,
sometimes it's being a like I sometimes I call myself a growth activist, because I'm like,
mm, mm,
I'm so obsessed with this whole word that I feel it's important for people to be able to incorporate in their lives. I talk about it. All my conversations will be there. So
mm.
there's not a single conversation, not even to my house help, that I'm not talking about. So even they have also started to learn now. So they
Mm.
laugh at me and say, "दीदी आपको घर में भी आप यही काम करते हो?" तो मेरा काम ही है, मुझे यही बोलना है. So
Got it.
so those are the associations that you want to attach to your brand. We
Mm,
can
mm,
think of those because it's here in the core.
mm,
It's your authenticity.
mm,
It's who you are as a person.
mm,
That
mm,
and listen to other people's feedback. You can
mm,
privately go into your room, and some people call me very loud. So I hear
mm,
that. I say when I was younger, so she's very loud. So I would put a note of that, very loud. So somebody said, "Oh, she's very gutsy and very courageous." I put the note of that: very gutsy, very courageous. So somebody would say, "Oh, she's, when I was younger, very talkative." Baap re baap. कितना बोलते हैं? तो I said, "Okay, let me channelize this कितना बोलते हैं into something useful." So I put a note of that. So all the good and
Mm,
bad, if we put a note of,
mm,
we can go to the good side of it.
mm,
We don't have to stay there and stay in that zone of judgment to say
mm,
this is who I am, because that's not who
mm,
you are. It's just some
mm,
things that about you, but you're when you're growing and you're
mm,
evolving as a person. So
mm,
I channelize my entire more talkative, very loud, very funny, very hyperactive into becoming this motivational speaker. Now everything helps.
mm.
Everything
Got
is
it.
part of that, right? So now I
Right.
don't have to worry about being judged for being loud, talkative, hyperactive, or whatever else. It
Right.
just helps my brand to be a good, me to be a good motivational speaker,
Right.
and to add that to my personal brand. So
Fantastic.
when people
This
talk to me, it's like, oh, this you expect somebody to come up like this only.
I like that. And if you were to think back about your life, I mean, if you had an opportunity to change one
Yes,
thing about your personal brand, the way you built it, I mean, what
yes.
would that be if you want to revisit it and change?
I wish I had some experts working with me. If I were to change it, I wish I had some. Uh, I wish I had a PR agency to do it for me.
Okay.
So I think we could have done. I would have spent lesser time
Uh,
in building what I built over a period.
mm,
And I would change nothing because it started with being honest. It
mm,
started with being authentic. It started with a big vision in mind. It
mm,
started with actually authentically putting yourself before the world, which wasn't very easy. In
mm,
India, it isn't easy at all.
mm, mm,
And you face a lot of judgment. You face a lot of all kinds of things. And this motivation is more like motivation. Initially, it sounded like big. Now everybody is doing motivation. So it's like now I still have to innovate and think of now how do you work this?
mm,
Now how do you change and how do you position yourself any differently? How do
mm,
you leverage that? So a lot of time you have to keep evolving.
mm.
And I would really change nothing except if I had a PR agency, they would have sat down with me. I didn't have to do all the brain work myself, and they would have suggested some nicer things to say. It's been yeah, the time I could have gained some time there.
Gain
If
some
I
time.
changed
Yeah.
anything, I would have gained time. But now that it's gone, it's gone. So we've learned on
Yeah.
the way. It's all good. It's all good so far.
And what's your recipe? If there's one mantra in one line for personal branding success, what would that be?
For personal branding success,
Yeah. What's your
uh,
mantra?
uh, let's see, one word or one phrase I would say: keep it real.
Keep it real. Okay.
Keep it absolutely real.
Fantastic.
Because then you will never ever face because when you keep it real, you're doing it for your client, customer, stakeholder, audience, whoever.
Mm,
You cannot cheat on them.
mm,
You can never cheat those people, and you should be absolutely authentically uh, transparent and full absolute integrity with what you're saying,
mm.
and
Good.
that makes things a lot easier if we can
Good.
do that. And for that, got to know yourself very well.
Mm,
Because
mm,
self-awareness and is an important part of that entire exercise. So
mm.
keep it as real as you can.
Fantastic.
रोना आता है तो रो लेते हैं, हंसना आता है तो हंस लेते हैं, लड़ना है तो लड़ लेंगे, those kind of things.
Correct.
And keep it as related because we are all human beings, so we
Mm,
need to keep it human, keep it real, absolutely.
mm. Okay. And yeah, I think you already mentioned personal brands whom you can relate to. I wanted to ask you about the current pandemic that we are going through. There's COVID-19 and there are other crises happening. Now, what are
Yes.
some of the steps personal brands can take during this time? Do they go dark and not do anything? Do they go overboard and make a big noise? So what should personal brands do in this situation?
See, I think we all have an opportunity to do something at the moment, but like you just mentioned, overboard. A lot of people have gone overboard. So a lot of advice is coming from people who are not qualified to advise. This is a serious
Mm,
situation.
mm,
But yes, what some of us can advise, because I have actually decided to not advise through this.
mm,
because I can talk on mental strength, I can talk on keeping up the spirits, I can still talk on, but I'm talking about those things through people like yourself,
mm.
rather than doing it myself. I haven't yet gone overboard. If
Okay.
the lockdown continues, I may go overboard. So far I haven't.
Got
Because
it.
I realize that there is actually a lot. There's lot of advice floating around, and but
Mm,
there's a lot of real advice that is needed. So
mm,
we are already focused on the real advice. It is coming from the right sources.
mm,
And I think we need to, for the primary concern over is health. Primary
mm,
concern over here is to be able to hold ourselves back and
mm,
act as a big team to
mm,
get this pandemic in control.
mm,
So that information has to come from the right sources.
mm, mm, mm,
But on the peripheral levels, on the secondary
mm,
levels, how
mm,
people are coping up with this in their homes,
mm,
what can they do?
mm,
Even there is a lot of advice floating around there,
mm,
and which is not good or bad advice. I think it's all relevant advice. It's a good
mm,
thing.
mm,
Some of the people like myself are giving out some fantastic advice over there. Some
mm,
people are saying utilize this time to do this,
mm,
utilize this time to do this, do it this way, do it that way.
mm.
So I am avoiding it at this point of time because I think there's a lot of information out there. So
Good.
some level of balance. I am also listening. I'm listening to a lot of people, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing just now because then we two of us talk. So we can
Mm,
come up with some good ideas around it. We can share some good ones. If you've heard some,
mm.
I've heard some. We could probably put it out there and have
Sure.
other people listen to it. But I think social media is pouring with information. So,
Mm. Got it.
and I'm glad it is in some ways helping. It's keeping all of us going, but keeping your mental health in check, keeping your minds in order, keeping your emotional health in order, not
Mm,
worrying, not fearing. All those
mm,
things are very important. And maybe in a day or two, I might start to think on that because May 3, if it extends beyond that, the
mm,
lockdown,
mm,
I might come on board as well.
mm,
I'd like to because I'm talking to a lot of people call me up. I'm coaching a lot of people, so they
mm,
keep asking, and then I'm being asked to say some things over mental health and mental
mm,
strength.
mm,
I was a mental strength coach for Indian Olympians, so
mm,
they people want to know how we can go through this time without sort of losing on our
mm,
own mojo and not losing
mm,
out on the energy that we all carry. People have
mm,
become, you see, it's become more unproductive over the period.
mm,
It looks like it's all we have all the time on earth. We can do this. So some of us are very focused. We'll be able to, but a lot of people are not.
mm,
They're losing focus. They are not as productive as they could be. They're in
mm,
their homes. So food has gone all over the place. Sleep has gone all over the place.
right.
Entertainment is not there. The same limited kind of entertainment. And
Yeah.
then some of the families are meeting each other for the first time. They don't
Mm,
know what to do with each other. So we used to meet for a couple of hours here and there. So now they do not know what to do with each other. All of them 24/7 in the house. They don't know
mm,
what to do. There's so much, some of them who were not on good terms, there's conflict has increased.
mm,
Some with who were on good terms are, enjoyed for a couple of days. Now they're bored. They don't know what to do. So many dynamics we are watching. So I'm hoping the lockdown doesn't extend. But if it does, after May 3, I might come on board as well.
okay. And I know you covered a part of this in terms of the advice for youngsters, but is there anything else you want to call out? What can they do to really build their brands and not be like the YouTube celebrities and be a one-time hit?
Fantastic thing you've asked. I was going to say that actually, because a lot of what we see about branding is how we are watching the YouTubes,
Mm,
how we are watching our, TV series,
mm,
how we are watching these talent shows,
mm,
and uh, that should not be considered as sufficient for a brand because talent is one thing.
mm,
Bringing yourself out with some particular talent or some particular offering is also one thing.
mm,
But in the end game,
mm,
at when you start off seriously thinking about building a personal brand,
mm,
you need to be very strong in yourself, and
mm,
that should be your primary focus. Build
mm,
yourself,
mm,
so your offering becomes a built offering.
mm,
Build yourself, You know yourself so well that when you come out in front of, if you become a YouTube star, I know some YouTube stars
Mm,
and youngsters,
mm,
and they are good,
mm,
and it's worked in some form for them.
mm,
But
mm,
thereafter, what? And
mm,
it's like a going up, and then there is a sudden fall, and they can't handle what's
mm,
going on. A lot of
mm,
times, when the little kids who are YouTube stars,
mm,
parents are putting them out there.
mm,
A lot of money is being made, and it's very attractive.
mm,
My uh, I have a young daughter too, and she used to. We were living abroad for many
mm,
years,
mm,
and she got to see all these things because that's a normal thing they see over there.
mm,
So one day, I mean, she's just getting up, and started and she's just 11 years old.
mm,
She started her own thing, and I'm saying, what was that? And as she shut the door, and hey, you are meeting me, and I'm like, who's talking like this in the house? So I peep into the door, and she's in front of her own, and she's just 11 years old. That's the
mm,
kind of influence that these
mm,
youngsters and these YouTubers have had on kids
mm,
who can see quick
mm,
um, reaching out to others.
mm, mm,
So that connection is being built through all these social media and these platforms, which I
mm,
don't think is a very healthy thing. Watch everything, see what you can
mm,
see, and if you have a talent to do this now at the age of 11, 15, 16, 20, fair
mm,
enough, go ahead, but continue to build yourself and be so strong. Build
mm,
yourself, build your talent, build your person, build your
mm,
mind. Be very intelligent. You need to be very intelligent to play out into the world. The
mm,
play fields can be very difficult. All these
mm,
marketplaces are not easy places. So you've got to
mm,
be strong and intelligent. Be very intelligent, become intelligent. That's my big advice to everybody. The kids,
mm,
इंटेलिजेंस को पकड़िए, अपना दिमाग बढ़ाइए, बहुत ज्यादा
mm,
दिमाग के ऊपर फोकस करिए कि आप खूब इंटेलिजेंट हो, और
mm,
बहुत इंटेलिजेंटली ये
mm.
यूट्यूबर वाले स्मार्ट ना बने। सिर्फ उसको देखिए, जरूर देखिए, खुश होइए, मजा करिए, आप करना चाहते हैं आप भी करिए। मेरा भी यूट्यूब चैनल है, उसको भी देखिए, लेकिन इंटेलिजेंट जरूर बनिए। यू हैव टू बी रियली रियली कीप वर्किंग ऑन योर माइंड।
Great.
माइंड एक्सपेंशन बहुत जरूरी है।
Fantastic. I mean, this is brilliant advice, and that is the last question I had. Thank you so much for taking the time. Really appreciate you spending this time to share your knowledge, and I'm sure this is going to be extremely valuable. What I'll do is I'll send you the transcript before it goes live, so you'll get a chance to review it.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. It's okay. I mean, I'm fine with saying what I'm saying. You can keep it, doesn't matter. Thank you very much, Anisu, for having me. Thank you.
Pleasure.